Biafra is Igbo plot to recolonize South. The North should not cry for us. Donald Ekpo replies, Saga ring. By Donald Ekpo. He said, Sir, I want to thank you for your concern about the welfare of the people of the South by exposing the plans of the Igbos to recolonize the region. But I am worried about the sincerity of these your concerns. Because of these worries, let us dissect and carefully assess your statements of fear and concerns in 4 segments, so as not to repeat the mistake of 1964, the 1966, and 1967 to 1970s date. In your carefully written letter or chat with the journalists as reported in the national dailies yesterday, you clearly stated that the Igbos want to 1. Seize the economy prospects of the minority ethnic nationality of the oil-rich region. Alhaji Ring, may I remind you that the economy prospect of the South is currently being seized and controlled by your people of the Northern Protectorate of Nigeria. Does that in any way mean that you agree that your people have colonized my region? Are you also aware that even the oil wells in Abia State, Imo State, and Anambra State, and recently Enugu State, Igbo land is being owned by your people in the Northern Protectorate? Are you aware that we in the oil-rich region, the South, do not have control over our wealth and its fortunes are determined by your people? Are you also aware that after sharing the proceeds of oil between your proteges in Share, Mobi, Ajib, and Chevron, the leftover is given to 44 local governments of your state, Kano, and only 8 local governments of Biafra? How more criminal could that be? Do you know that even when the natural gas from my state, Akwa Ibom, is used to generate power from my state-owned power station, that the fraud of a constitution you foisted on my people does not allow me to use same electricity in my state or region, but I am forced to load it into the national grid that sends same power to your home in Kano State? Have you seen how the United Nigeria is enslaving me? Are you aware that the fraud of your constitution took away the economic prospect of my region by empowering only the federal government to build roads that your people from the Northern Protectorate never built in my state for over 40 years, until the coming of our own son, Goodluck Jonathan, when he allowed state government to tamper with federal roads? Yet, you were busy building all the so-called federal roads in your region. Are you aware that your fraud of a constitution imposed on us by you and your allies in the Southwest took away the power from us to develop on the economic prospect of the region, thereby taking away our right to economic progress for over 50 years? And here you are, sir, getting worried of what the Igbos will do to my people. Sir, have you been even worried about what your people have done and still doing to my people? How many of my people have you killed in your region? Please tell me the number of my people slaughtered by the Igbos in their land. That is enough for me to be wary of them. Remember that these are my neighbors that lived peacefully with us for centuries, shared cultures, intermarried, and even celebrated common cultural events before you came with your successful propagandas that deceived our father to colonize the South, capture the region, colonize the oil field for betterment of the Igbos. Alhaji Saga Ring, may I remind you that the Igbos are not the colonists, as you have insinuated here, but you and your people in the Northern Protectorate. They have so far not shown the threat to colonize as well as when compared to your people. It is your people that use the oil from our region to better the livelihood of your people and that of your few allies in the Southwest. It is you that is synonymous with the word capture. It is your people that killed non-indigens in your region to take over their property. Alhaji Ring, just in case you think this generation is as vulnerable as our grandfathers and fathers you deceived by propaganda. You were able to make them see the Igbos as their enemies in the 60s. Please know that this is the 21st century of 2020. We are aware of these same lies you told our grandfathers and fathers in the early 60s. We are aware that after lying to them that they were different from the Igbos, you still went ahead and killed them in the name of killing the Igbos. We are aware of the devilish, malicious, and infernal art you used one of your willing proteges, General Gowon, to do when you suddenly created the Southeast state, today's Cross River, Akwa Ibom state, River State, today's Rivers and Bayelsa state, just to divide and the rule policy that was advanced by the evil British woman just to break the unity of the region. We know that it was also based on Awolowo's advice that certain parts of Igbo was sliced off and added into the new state you created as to weaken any form of unity that could hold. We have also read from a list of newspaper publications from the New York Post of the 60s as complied by the lower Nigerian Congress on the atrocities you committed against the people of the region before your final propaganda to separate them by these hypocritical lies. And we promise you that even though you use your fraud of a constitution to discourage the study of Nigerian history of the said period in Nigerian schools, we will do well to expose these events in a careful, chronicalized format for every child, youth of this generation to know the truth. How dare you assume that even in the retired state of your protectorate that you could conveniently influence the minds of the learned region in this millennium? 3. Biafra is a landlocked and wasn't blessed with solid minerals apart from coal, added that the genealogy of the enclave could not support an independent country. Alhaji Sagri, if these are your fears about the existence of Biafra, first of all, are you revealing the fears of your region, the Northern Protectorate of the 12 Sharia states, or the entire Protectorate? Do you have any mineral resources and you are landlocked? Are you telling me you and your people have been so worried about surviving alone, hence your instances of a non-functional one Nigerian project? Let me explain this to you, sir. The Igbos you are talking about do not just have a large reservoir of coal in Enugu that can last for another century, knowing that coal is presently running major economies in Europe the South America, the South Africa. The region also has a large reserve of oil and gas in Abia and Imo State. Oil exploration in Anambra State has also commenced and will soon commence in Enugu State. Can you see that your propagandas won't work as it did in the 60s? Apart from the fact that you people maliciously separated the Igbos from their original race to Delta, the Rivers and Akwa Ibom states, we at the Lower Niger Congress have taken it upon ourselves to expose the malicious schemes of lies you use to separate our region. Your Portuguese General Buhari made it easier for us on national television when his hatred for the people overwhelmed his ability to continue in the cover of your propaganda. He acknowledged the fact that we were all the same people. That notwithstanding, in a matter of time, your lies and propaganda will hit the broken bridges of this continuity. How dare you generate fears that do not exist for your selfish interests? You must have been thinking how successful your deceitful and hypocritical lies would go in regenerating lies of the 60s. Having segmented your major reasons for advising my region to be wary of our Igbo brothers are those that intend to recolonize my people, I stand hold to say that you and your kinsmen are guilty of your worries. It is also a cause for concern that you and your allies have suddenly decided to worry about the Niger Delta region. When did you love the region this much? 1. Are you not the same people that classify us all as Igbos during your killing and butchering, spare, and lagis in the north? How come you are bothered that the people you classify as one, when butchering, are two different people when it comes to owners of wealth? If you could desecrate our land as if we do not exist, come in and take away our oil words as though he belongs to you, announce on national television that the oil in Biafra belongs to you, in Kano and Jigawa, kill us at will if your region is disrespected in faraway Norway. Determine for us when and how our roads are built and how we use power generated from our resources. Show over your graves that our kinsmen cannot be president, or else you make the country ungovernable, of which you did. Yet you have the guts to tell us to be wary of those that have not in any way attempted to take anything from us by force. I truly hope you realize that this is 2020 and not 1964. It is best to inform you and all those that have decided to cry more than the bereaved that we are aware that these are the same propaganda you use to separate us, then force us to continue in this unholy union. That was a very unfortunate thing to have happened that kept us in this bondage. Fortunately for us, the United Nations chapter on the rights of the indigenous people is a tool you cannot do anything about. The Lower Niger Congress has taken advantage of these rights and is set to call for a referendum. Quit crying on our behalf. We are presently studying the constitution of which the region will be built upon, and so far it can never be an evil as the first marriage called Nigeria. Thank you for your concern, Alaji and Co. Hey, this man finish this Alaji, the Northerners, he thinks that they own Nigeria. Anyway, he has said it all. How does it this matter? I beg, drop your comment because this one really wow me. Historical truth and intellectual flawlessness. Thanks for saying the truth when it matters most. And they drop am for here. Abeg drop your comment below the comment section. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Share this video, make it go viral. This video must go viral. Thank you and bye for now.